Hey guys, Bird Yugioh here. So today, coming at you with my updated Altergeist deck. Obviously, this is just a really good budget option if you like a more control deck. And this version has a lot of really cool tech cards in it that will just really help you stun the opponent, slow them down, and eventually win. So yeah, let's get right into it as usual. Make sure you guys are subscribed so you don't miss anything. I have some really good decks coming up. I got like Burning Abyss, Masked Heroes, a Cyber Dragon updated budget version, updated Ancient Warriors, Pure Trick Stars, all kinds of good stuff coming up. So, but let's get right into this one. Starting off with 3 of the best Altergeist monster, Multi-Faker. Now, if you activate a trap card, you can special summon this from your hand, and if you special summon, you'll be able to special summon an Altergeist from your deck in defense position, which is absolutely amazing. Obviously, you can do that on either player's turn. Usually, you're going to do it on your opponent's turn. And then to complement that and to search it, we have Meloseek. Obviously, the goal of this deck is to get Multi-Faker to your hand, and this card really helps with that. It's a level 1. It can attack directly. It's got 500 attack, and when it inflicts battle damage, you could target a card your opponent controls and just send it to the graveyard. So that it gets around non-destruction. And then if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, so it's a level 1, so you would link it away usually. You can add an Altergeist monster from your deck to your hand, except Meloseek. So obviously that is a way of easily searching Multi-Faker. And then another really good normal summon is Marionetter. This is going to allow you to set an Altergeist trap card directly from your deck. If this card is normal summoned, you can also target an Altergeist card you control and 1 Altergeist in your graveyard and send the card in the field to the graveyard, and if you do, you'll be able to special summon that. So it's kind of like you can swap out another card you control. Say you have him and Meloseek, you can then switch out Meloseek for Siliquidus or whatever other card you have in your graveyard. So that comes up. Usually, though, it's just a normal summon to just get you an Altergeist trap directly from your deck. And then we, of course, play the standard 2 Siliquidus. You don't really want to see it in your hand, so that's why you play 2. But we also are playing a draw card to where we need to play 2 of this. You definitely don't want to play just 1 because it's kind of your main interruption other than your traps, obviously. But this is going to allow you a quick effect. You just return 1 other Altergeist card you control to the hand, so you can send one of your continuous Altergeist traps to your hand. Then you target a card your opponent controls and return that to the hand. Very good. And then the 1 Conquery, it's just another option as like a search card that you can have in your hand. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, if you control an Altergeist card, you can special summon this from your hand, negate the attack, and then you can also, when this card is special summoned, you can target a face-up card your opponent controls and negate the effects of that card while it and this monster are face-up on the field. So it's a decent card. Definitely don't need more than 1 because you don't really need to see this over any of these other ones, but it's there. And then the only other monster we're playing is just 3 of any hand trap. Choose an Ash Blossom. It's just one of the most universally good hand traps. So that is for the monsters. For the spells, playing, of course, Pot of Desires. I know you guys hate it, but it's just the cheapest draw 2 card out there, and it's really good. In a deck like this with a lot of traps, you're fine banishing some of them. The only thing you don't want is to banish all of your Multi-Fakers, but that hardly ever happens because you're able to search that out so easily, usually even before you activate your Pot of Desires. So it's just a good draw card. Another really good one I like is Spellbook of Knowledge. Just one of it. It's really only like really good with Meloseek, because you'll be able to send Meloseek to the grave, get the search, plus get, you know, your draw 2. So that's obviously really nice with that. And then the last spell that we are playing is Super Polymerization. It's just amazing. You know, this lets you fuse your opponent's monsters, and your opponent can't be able to, they can't activate any cards or effects in response to this. So that's it for our spells. And then we are playing for the traps. Personal spoofing. Now that we have Multi-Faker at 3, well, we have for a while, this card isn't as crazy, but it's still definitely needed, because you can shuffle another Altergeist card from your hand or face up on your field into the main deck, and then add any Altergeist monster from your deck to your hand. So that obviously is just a 1 card, you know, easily get to Multi-Faker or whatever else you want. And then since we're playing Pot of Desires, and since this card is also very, very good, I felt we're just going to play 3 Protocol. The activation and effects of Altergeist cards activated on your field cannot be negated while this card is on the field. And then when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can just send one other face-up Altergeist card you control to the graveyard, negate the activation, and destroy it. So if you have 2 protocols, you can send the other one to your hand to then negate a monster effect. Really nice. And then just 1 manifestation. I usually don't ever want to see it. It's just basically another target for Marionetter. But it is still decent at times. You just target an Altergeist in your graveyard, special summon it in attack position, and then you can banish this card from your graveyard and target an Altergeist trap in your graveyard and add that to your hand. So it's got 2 decent effects. Nothing that makes me want to play it at 3, definitely not, but you know, special summoning from your graveyard is nice still. And then one of the best new traps that is a common, that is super cheap, that everyone should be playing in a, you know, trap heavy deck is Dogmatica Punishment. You're going to be targeting a monster your opponent controls, and then you're going to be sending a monster with equal or higher attack, which is hopefully going to be your Elder Entity. And then you're going to destroy that monster, and then with Elder Entity, when he hits the grave, you're going to target another card on the field and destroy it. So you destroy 2 cards with this. Really, really nice. And then for our just super, super powerful traps, 3 Judgment, negate anything, and 3 Solemn Strike. Really, really good right now. You're negating monster effects with this. Extremely good. And also playing Skill Drain. Again, another one that just shuts down all face-up effect monsters on the field. And then Imperial Order. We're not playing very many spells. So this one just kills your opponent and doesn't do much to you. So that is why we're playing that. That's it for the main deck. Extra deck. Playing, of course, the mandatory 3 Hextia. Ideally, you know, it's super, super nice to have 2 of these on board, because it's just a free monster negate. Basically negate anything. Free spell, trap, or effect negation. You just tribute an Altergeist card this card points to. So that's why it's nice to have one that it points to, because also, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add any Altergeist card from your deck to your hand. So really good. And then the 1 Prime Banshee doesn't come up too often. Like I said, usually you're just wanting to make 2 Hextias, but it's nice to have. We, of course, are playing the 2 Link Karibo and the 1 Almirage. You know, you could play 3 Link Karibo. I just chose to do this. This is basically just easy way of getting your Meloseek to the grave, getting a monster on board, plus getting the search, obviously, off of Meloseek. That is why we're playing that. And then just generic kind of links. Phoenix, Unicorn, Ningirsu is a really nice out to Dragoon. And then Boral Sword for OTK potential. And then you saw it already, Elder Entity. That's obviously our Dogmatica punishment target. 2 of them is plenty. And then our super polymerization targets, I'm playing a Dragostapelia, just requires a fusion and a dark. And then Starving Venom fusion, just requires 2 dark monsters. So yeah, that is the deck, guys. My updated Altergeist. Really good if you like control decks. Not really a deck that's going to OTK ever, but you control the board so easily with this deck. All these really nice traps, really nice monster effects. So yeah, check it out, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.